All right, in
September 15th, 2021.
Yes, it is September 15th, 2021.
Captain's log.
Salutations and sanitations.
Oh, no.
Sanitations.
That's true.
Yeah, we got to be clean. It's
COVID, bro. We trying to be healthy out
It's
here.
COVID.
I feel you.
Welcome back to Live About Nothing.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I think we need to start starting with applause that we all
I
make
like
it
that.
here.
Yeah, I like that.
You feel me?
We like one of the shows.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough to make it here all the time.
When can we get a laugh track?
That'd be
Never.
nice. Oh.
We're never getting a laugh track.
Can we make one?
You know what? Say less, bro. Laugh track coming. Yeah. You heard it here first.
Bro.
Just like how the air horn was coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was here.
Bro, give us like 3 seasons,
It's
bro.
here.
We'll get the laugh
three,
track.
3 seasons.
Yeah, now that we've declared it, we got like 3 seasons to get the laugh track, bro.
Yeah.
Easy.
Bro, just collect like 6 different laughs from us like throughout the seasons. Put them all together. It'll sound like a roar.
Season 12 like, going crazy with the laughter.
Whew, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, solid 6 seasons. We'll get it.
I'm excited, bro.
Welcome back to Live About Nothing, where we talk about expensive social topics. And in the end, we try to figure out why gas prices are through the roof.
Through the roof.
Joe is doing nothing in office, bro. He's messing everything up.
Who?
Exactly.
Mike Jones, brother.
Hit him with the politics. Politics. I don't have a politics button.
Or 2 more seasons, bro. We're getting the politics button.
Yeah,
It's okay, at
2
least.
more seasons.
We're gonna get there, brother.
My name is Cress.
Hello, I'm Victor.
This is Victor. Over here is
Trey the Third.
Trey the Third, the guy with the deep voice.
I try, man. I try. Keeps it interesting, you know.
See, it is him. And we're all about nothing.
And
Yeah, promise. I have energy. I'm just hungry.
he is hungry. We were talking about it.
I'm pretty hungry. I'm trying to speed this up so I could go get some food at that spot that you said. Even if you don't come, I might go.
Peep it, bro. They got some good shit.
I might go order something. Today we're talking about creating content, creativity,
the ups and downs
all that
of
jazz,
it.
ups and downs, why you shouldn't do it, all that jazz.
What mother? What? Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
All that jazz.
Why not?
We just procrastinating, bro. Don't listen to him. We got to create. Everyone has to create. Not has to. We should try to. It's nice and healthy.
It's not for everybody.
It's healthy to do it though.
Yeah, not
Gotta
everyone
try it.
should be.
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't say should, but you should try.
Just
You can
because
try.
just because the opportunity and platform is there doesn't mean. I mean, you know.
I guess.
Debatable. I think everyone should try and create. Personally.
Yeah, but no.
I mean,
no.
You can go ahead and create, but some things you should probably just keep private.
Facts.
I agree.
Oh man, I forgot to put the microphone on.
I also agree to that.
It's
Yeah.
fine, it's whatever.
Some things you just gotta keep private.
I do agree. There's a lot of things that even as an artist, I just gotta keep private.
Oh, you don't say.
Yes, indeed. I can draw things all day long, and that's neat. But certain things just shouldn't be shown to everyone.
Kind of things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
I'm not really. I don't actually draw. I don't. I don't actually have hands.
He's an actual
Stop playing.
artist.
Stop playing.
See these drawings at our Patreon.
Come in soon in 3 seasons.
Good stuff, bro.
Come in soon in 3 seasons.
You unlock tier 7.
You get some of the
Get a random
good stuff.
mystery drawing
Yeah.
Mystery drawing.
Or you
Yeah.
get
Edward's risque collection.
Includes all the fine things that are
god.
involved in the risque.
It's artwork.
business.
It's just artwork. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. They're making a lot of random innuendos or words
It's
and
hentai.
It's art. Why are you like this?
And it's called art.
Speaking of art, we have an artist actually coming, a real artist coming.
It's real art, okay? God. Just because you don't like it, it's inappropriate. Doesn't mean it's not art. God.
We love your maps, bro.
Please, come
Thank
on,
you.
Chris. Isn't there enough daggers in this house?
That's true. That's a fact, actually.
Yo, we have too many
That's a
weapons,
fact.
bro.
That's a fact. I don't know if I've said this before. This is
whole
not
arsenal.
the house.
Whole arsenal in my room, bro. It's stupid.
This is not the place to rob.
Too many
This
torches,
ain't
bro.
it.
For a long time.
This ain't it.
All right, we have another
I gotta
artist
sharpen some,
coming.
actually.
He's not running late. I had to tell him he can come whenever, so it's fine. Well, I didn't say whenever. I said,
We'll see.
when he gets here, it's fine. He can
Preferably.
just hop in.
Hopefully he will. I
Yeah.
prefer.
Hopefully he does come.
Indeed.
But in the meantime, how are you doing, Trey?
I'm doing okay, man. Things have been good. Actually, pretty okay. There's been ups and downs.
There you go.
Thank you, but
Yeah.
it's just been all right.
You did mention you have some big news.
That's true. I have good news and some crappy news.
All right, let's start with the crappy news.
Okay, my family member who's close to me has gotten COVID. Grandma Pauline. So
yeah.
my grandma has some COVID, and so we're hoping that it goes well and that she can heal up soon and doesn't. It's not like too dramatic or anything, and it doesn't get too bad. But yeah, so we're going through the process of like getting her breathing regulated. We put her in the hospital a bit ago, and like they were helping out a lot and like give her medication. And we're saying that she can actually come back out of the hospital, but now it needs to be like she was very monitored and like at home and stay safe. So that was a crappy news, but
sorry to hear that.
Things are looking up.
it's progressing exactly. So it's okay. But yeah, man. And so then the good news, I got a new job. I'm,
Whoa!
yeah, so
Oh my god!
it is good. It is good. I'm quite happy about it.
Plus applause, bro.
The good stuff. Man.
Yeah, we all support the homie getting the bag. All the sounds,
I'm dead.
all the sound bites that you know and love here.
How about
Oh, I forgot to say follow us on
Oh yes.
on our social media platforms at A Lot About Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube. Thank you so
Indeed.
much for subscribing. Keep subscribing. We
Yeah,
about
man.
to hit like 40.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
That's
I'm
progress.
like,
yo.
what? 37 people like this?
Leave
That's
more
progress.
comments too.
Yeah,
That's
leave
important.
comments.
Yeah, man.
Comments are funny.
Call us out
reading
on
those.
crap or say that we're crazy.
Ask questions.
Yeah.
And then we can answer.
No.
Say that we are crazy.
Yeah.
We agree.
Subscribe to us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, or Google Play Podcasts.
Indeed.
Whichever one you like the best.
Indeed.
Yeah. Your new job, bro.
Oh yes, and it's going to be as a museum educator at Spady Museum.
What?
In Delray, man. It's really cool.
You gotta be like, you gotta learn history, bro.
Yeah, all the good Afro American history in the area, bro. So I don't mind it, and it'll be a really good way to
Are you
get back to the community.
working under anyone crazy again?
No, no. Charlene's awesome, bro. She's cool.
All right, good.
Because like we've
She's
like,
sane.
Yeah, like with our publishing company and with like Seeds of Creativity, like we've worked with them before already.
Oh,
so like
okay,
we're
yeah.
already
Easy.
like we already know them. We already have worked with them before. I like know the facility, know the area. So like I'm really excited about it, man. It's a familiar spot, familiar people.
In there
Go
like
with someone
swimwear, baby.
Yes,
Swimwear.
yes. So,
Listen, it's about
good.
who you know.
yeah, man, they're awesome people. Like
I
I'm
mean,
very happy.
Yeah.
Who you know. What you know matters too, but who you know matters more.
Indeed.
All
So,
facts.
Much hype, dude. I'm excited about it, man.
Sick, bro.
Progress.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Victor, how you doing?
Hey, it's me. Good.
Tired?
Overall good, tired.
Mhm.
It's been a bittersweet week.
Why is that?
I'm kind of with you.
Yeah. I mean,
What's been going on?
bitter in the sense that it was hectic. It's like very, very hectic.
Mm.
As y'all know, I have a big client that that most of my team flew out to get started
Mm-hmm.
with the shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So the people that were left behind had to pull like double, triple duty just to cover.
Yeah, facts.
I see.
And boy, I tell you,
Well,
my
all that work.
Yeah, my Monday morning.
Crazy.
Luckily today it started winding down,
Yeah.
and then the guys just finished, so they're actually flying. They should be landing in a couple hours. So.
Oh, good shit. You gotta go pick them up.
No.
Okay.
They
take Uber.
Yeah.
So they'll be back tomorrow, so I
Yeah.
can finally breathe.
Yeah.
And the sweet part is,
They did.
it went well.
Yeah.
It went very
Good.
well.
Good, man.
You get applause for that.
It
too.
went very
Good,
well.
man.
That's
So
a big
progress.
deal.
That's
That's
progress.
one.
Big deal.
That's one of the test sites down.
Nice.
The next one is in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, right next door.
Yep. Oh, and then this was a bonus. The director of IT for this company called us up the other week. She's like, "Yo, something went across my desk." They're like, "There's this other region that was also looking for a new system."
Ooh.
And she's like, "Do you guys think you'll be able to get that one up and running too? Like, if you want, we can take away the one, or just take away the one in Fort Lauderdale." And I was like, "No, we'll take that one too."
Give us both.
Excellent.
So we have a third. So it's looking up.
Nice.
That's good.
I think the director of IT there likes the system very much and is giving us every opportunity to succeed.
That's good.
Nice.
So if
Progress.
we fail, it's on us.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Progress.
So, like, it's always about when you get plugged.
Exactly.
Because then they're putting the neck on the line for you.
Yeah, but the reception up in DC was very, very well.
Nice.
Everyone loved it. They're like, this is leagues ahead of what we're using already.
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
So
Yeah, probably. A lot of old technology out there.
I have come to realize that, honestly.
Mad old technology.
So
And it's
Because like a lot of the older technology is just being updated with small parts to try and keep up
Right.
instead of just fully revamping.
Here's the crazy part, because like, especially so in the construction industry, because a lot of habits and routines that are just
They're just set in stone.
deeply inbred and set in stone,
Yeah.
So to speak.
I know. I thought it was perfect. It went with it, dude. It went with it.
But dude, there's been some clients I talked to that are like 5,000-6,000 employees
Yeah.
that are still doing paper.
Good God, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we were still doing paper until just like
Really?
last week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy. I was like, what?
That's
We just got a time system.
Yeah.
That's
and
wild.
Unfortunately,
I didn't
they
clock in for the first like 5 months.
They
I
didn't
clock
go
in.
with.
Doesn't matter.
is what it is.
Y'all not for us.
We're for everyone,
I
Chris.
guess.
Like, no, everyone.
We'll make it work
Okay.
for you.
I know you will.
Anyway,
We have something already. But
Chris,
yeah.
how about you, bud?
That was good. That was good.
You know what, man? It's been,
You also said it's been
yeah,
bittersweet.
dude. I haven't felt myself lately. It's been kind of weird. Because
What's up?
like from like the tail end of last week
Yeah.
to like now, I just felt off, like unbalanced.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm fucking up my diet. I don't know.
What diet?
Right. So, so I don't know. It just feels like I'm getting like upset at like the little things.
Oh, you're short.
Yeah, like it's
One of the celestial bodies is out of alignment.
something's
brother.
out of alignment, dude. My energy's off. My energy's off. I don't know what it is, but it hasn't been good. Today didn't help because this morning there was a traffic jam on my way to. I work 10 minutes from my job, or I live 10 minutes from my job, and there was like a traffic jam like on jog, and I'm like, how, Sway? Because there's always there's always an accident there. I'm like, this is a regular road. It's like 3-lane. It's a regular 3-lane road.
It was weird. It was the same way on Congress too.
I don't understand it. Like, well, how y'all get into accidents? I know y'all been driving more than.
Hey, man.
I mean, come on.
I know how.
People be going like 20 miles an hour.
That's
and
what I'm
still
saying,
getting
bro.
into
You'd be
accidents.
It's
surprised.
crazy.
Like, oh my God, I couldn't stop in time.
And that's not the part that's annoying.
Uh-oh.
I got through that. That's fine. But then I went to lunch, right? And coming back from lunch, an accident in the same area. More traffic. I'm like, how?
Sway?
Do you do this twice? Sway.
Why?
How? I was so livid, bro. I'm like, come on.
I'm sorry, brother. I understand.
It's such a pain because I was late coming to work.
It's quite annoying because you can't.
Because
Like,
now I got to clock in.
yeah, no matter what you tell them, like it was your fault for not leaving earlier.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess.
that's
Well,
the-
I mean, the people over there.
unless they're accepting,
no, they're a little more understanding.
okay.
They're a little more understanding. They're like douchebags that don't understand like life.
Fair.
Right. But it's just, well, my boss isn't even here, so it ain't really matter that much. I mean, it's a vacation. but
And I wish I could take a vacation.
you too, bro. But like, it's just, yeah, it's my thing. Energy's been off lately.
Oh.
Very
Oh,
hungry.
bro, that might be
I
the
think
man.
Andre's here.
Yeah, hold on. That might be the artist.
Literally, that's his handle.
That is his. Yeah, that totally is his thing, though.
That's his
pretty
handle.
great.
Is that guy? You see a black man?
We don't want any.
Oh my god.
We're not buying,
What up, brother, man?
sir. We're not buying.
It's a pleasure to see you. Yeah, I don't mind. I'd probably buy. I mean, he's pretty an alright guy.
Yeah, man. You guys are right
Oh,
here.
the,
dude.
the chair's here for you.
You're here.
Ready?
Yeah, you're ready, bro.
Adorable, brother, man.
You can put on the headphones
Dude,
if you
it's good
want.
to see you, dude. Pleasure, man.
Yo,
What's up, sir?
living.
Heck yeah.
It's comfy too.
Oh man,
It's good in a little bit.
my heart, my soul. It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
That'll work. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, yeah, it was ass this morning. And then after work, I was telling him about how there was a traffic jam on my way to work on like Jog Road. But then like,
I saw your story.
right. And then I was pissed. And then like coming back from lunch, it was the same jam in the same area. I'm like, how?
Wait, do you need to take that area to get to?
Yes,
From
it's kind of the main road. It's easier than like going down Lake Worth.
I see.
Because if I go down Lake Worth, I could take a smaller road, but it's more traffic that way. So it's easy for me to just bust a right on job.
And this is all the time.
All the time.
I'm sorry.
All the time. There's always some. I don't understand that though, because it's a regular road. It's like a regular. I don't know what type of road. Commercial. I don't know.
It's probably like
It's not residential.
No, it's what they call an arterial road.
Whatever that is. Well, he should know. He's in construction.
yeah. City planners probably didn't plan for the growth of that
Yeah.
particular area.
The city planners down here were like, no,
Nah.
He should know.
nah.
Actually, my brother should know too. I'm gonna ask my brother. I think they were talking about expanding Congress.
Gentrification, what's that?
Yeah, facts. Especially,
That sounds about right.
especially of Del Rey.
That sounds about right.
Especially of Del Rey.
Quite frustrating.
My God. Andre, now that you're here, how are you doing?
Man, I'm good.
Into
Good.
the mic.
Just working. Oh,
You can pick up the stand.
Yeah, you can
okay.
pick it up.
There we
Yeah, do
go.
what you want, yeah.
I didn't know if
Be
I
comfy. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do what
should
you
get
want.
my Whitney Houston on or not.
You can lift it up too if you want it a little bit higher. Just untwist the middle one right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, I'm good. Just been working.
Like all of us.
Working for the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I was just telling him how like I have to clock in now. That shit feels ghetto.
Bro.
Clocking in is. Anyways,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm becoming the man.
Yeah, he's the man. Yeah.
it's better to be on that side.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you can say it if you
More
want,
money,
bro.
more problems. More responsibilities, more problems.
All the
So
above.
it depends. Yeah.
Problems I'm
Yeah.
down to have, though.
But I'd rather those problems than the problems that I got.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Or
agree.
maybe for now, or rather, let me put it this way.
Grass is always greener, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they say it's greener where you water it, but I'd rather water it on that side.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
All right.
Yeah.
I concur.
All right. No big deal. No big deal. All right. I'm
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
been going on. How you gentlemen doing?
We all had a bit of the ups and downs, but frankly, I think it's been pretty okay. I was telling him earlier, I not only got a promotion, which was pretty great, but simultaneously sadness. My grandmother has gotten COVID, and so that's been the sad part that we've been dealing with. But also, in my own life, things have been going a bit okay. So kind of deal with both of them. But she's on the upswing.
Yeah,
upswing?
upswing.
Up curve is whatever it's
Yeah,
called,
yeah.
whatever the saying is.
Yeah.
But she's been doing good, man.
Recovery.
So, recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been sad and happy at the same time. That's it.
So you've been sad and happy at the same time?
Oh yeah.
You don't care to
Yeah.
elaborate?
My energy's off.
Yeah.
My energy's
Look,
off.
it's been like that
His
for
chakras, they're not in alignment.
They're not
a
aligned.
few
right
weeks
now.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is
Jeez.
it? It's like it might be goal oriented.
Maybe.
You don't attain certain goals.
Mm.
Your energy goes off sometimes. You never know.
See,
That's a
told
good
you,
point.
it's my diet that I haven't stuck to. You know what it is? It's the ice cream sandwiches.
Ice cream
Yeah,
sandwiches.
he's been on an ice cream sandwich binge.
Why have
I've
you
been
been?
eating so much ice cream sandwich.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like of all the foods, though, like
So,
kind of,
all right, let me tell you how it
so
started.
random.
So I used to get the little containers of ice cream.
Like the little like chocolates, like
the
like
little
the half
ice
pints.
cream. Yeah.
Half
Okay.
pints.
And so
Okay.
I haven't gotten those in a while. So I was at Publix. So I'm like, I'll get some ice cream. And then I looked at it.
damn.
I'm like, I haven't had an ice cream sandwich in a long time. That's got one box. I think it had like 10 in them.
Oh, I see.
Right.
GG, bro. It's
I
an
ate
addiction.
one. and I'm
Value.
like, it's like, you know how that light goes on. It's like,
They got my mans,
one
bro.
of those. And I'm like, oh shit. And I just gobbled up the box in like a week. It was all bad.
Don't buy anymore.
It was
Dude,
way
resist,
ahead of
bro.
you.
Resist,
Well,
Don't
bro.
buy anymore. That's
After the 2 boxes I bought.
Yo, this man's bought $2. That's what
So
they're
you
saying.
ate 20.
Yes, it
You
was.
said
It
it had
Better,
10
yeah,
in
it
there?
It was a sale.
better have been a BOGO,
It was
bro.
a sale. It was a sale. After the 2 boxes
Come
I bought.
on, brother.
It's all right, man. Now it's just a reset.
Yeah, that's what you said. I agree. I agree.
I gotta hit the
From
reset
this point
button.
on, reset.
I'll
If
try.
we revisit this conversation,
We got a problem.
all right, we have a problem.
It's my fault if we revisit it.
Yeah.
All right, no more ice cream sandwiches.
Resist, bro. Come
No more
on.
ice cream sandwiches.
Trust me, man.
It's like the third podcast we can talk about
Some
diet.
things I have
God
very
dang it.
little self control as well.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
You know, yeah, bro. I feel that.
IQ. IQ stands for interesting question. None of us knows the question, and somebody is like assigned to give the question, and we have to answer it like off the top of our heads.
You said head, bro. It's supposed to be dome. You've been breaking.
Dome.
Thank you. I feel better now. So you're messing up the energies. Like,
Andre thinking something else.
Me? I'm thinking of a question.
No.
Stop
I'm
it.
just-
Stop it. He's fine.
Okay.
No, it's
All right,
me.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
you like
All right.
this.
He's asking
So
the
for
question.
you guys,
Naughty pickle.
where is the line drawn
For
between plagiarism and inspiration or homage?
That's a good question. Where's the line drawn? I mean, we know what plagiarism is.
Yeah, we know plagiarism is.
Yeah, straight copy and paste, but
Well,
That's
not
fair.
as blind, not as cut and dry.
Yeah, because there's mad like Super Saiyan 9 Gokus on the internet, bro. So like, you know, like how many like is that technically plagiarism or is it paying homage? You know,
Yeah,
he doesn't
yeah,
exist,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
not plagiarizing anything, but it is
so.
Goku. You know, so like it is.
right. So the people who
character.
draw Goku as artists, like, how is that plagiarism?
It's definitely plagiarism. It's just
Yeah.
not enough for like Toei Animation to be like they're not.
They're not going to sue everybody who
whatever.
draws
Yeah.
Goku.
You
I
know,
think-
unless you're Disney, they'll sue you as
They'll
much as
sue you.
possible.
Yeah, they'll see.
You know?
And rightfully so too. Because I think that it's a fine line, and it's also a lot of interpretations of that line.
Really,
so
really.
that line is blurry, it's skewed, it's
Very
thin,
case
it's
by
dotted.
case.
It's-
Yes.
Yeah, you never know what it is. I do think if you're not, let's say if you do it for yourself, if you're like, you know, I'd like to draw this image or paint this image, whatever medium you want to use, but you want to complete the image,
Right.
then if you do it for yourself and not for profit, that's okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Then you can plagiarize or whatever you want
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it you know, it pertains to a particular liking, or
Yeah.
it's also homage at the same time because you like it.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
but if you're doing this to promote, like to say, hey, look at my skill, look at this and that, and it's just, or for profit, then you're just plagiarizing.
Yeah.
All right.
See,
For me, that's
yeah.
I
my
understand.
interpretation or definition of it.
I'll tell you what I did one time. There was this Robert Frost poem. I forget what it's called. So it's a long title. It's like Walking in the Woods in the Snowy Evening, I think is what it's called. And there was a line in there that I really liked. I'm like, oh, this line is stupid. And so what I did was I wrote another poem. I put that line, I twisted it up a bit, but I also put like a footer that said from walking in the
Okay.
woods in the snowy evening.
Yeah.
Just so, but I think Nicole had reviewed it, and she's like, you didn't even need to put that because that's not even like that's not the full line. You just
Yeah.
took a piece of it. But I'm like, yeah, but I didn't really feel good letting it go without even like acknowledging where it came from.
All right.
It was a good line. That's where I got. I guess in that instance, it was more inspiration than it was like copying or plagiarism.
Yeah.
But I still didn't feel right. But I put the little.
It's
little footer.
homage too. Like
Yeah.
not homage, I'm sorry, but homage, and it's like a nod.
Yeah.
You gave a nod to that,
Yeah.
and that's respectable.
Yeah,
I've
hands
seen
up.
like just to piggyback off what you said, I've seen like artists and writers alike do like clever things. For example, within poetry or within like narratives and text, if they want to reference something they really, really like, a piece they really like, they'll make one of the characters within what they're creating
Yeah.
say that piece,
Yes.
or in a way, you know, and then
Or like be
they'll-
named something from it too sometimes.
correct, and it just it's such a tricky play on words
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like if the audience is paying attention, like I see,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see, and
I
then
see
like
that.
then you also ascertain the fact that okay, maybe this writer really, really
Yeah.
likes that reference as well. So
There's plenty of anime that, or like shows where, like Goku and Ryu's attacks, Hadouken, Kamehameha, like they're straight up just very classic moves, and there will be a whole anime where because the character looks and reads anime all the time or reads manga, then they'll use the move as a joke or something. So there's
Right,
times when
right.
it's like a satire of
Yeah.
how well known something is, even if you wanted to joke about it. Like, no, everyone literally knows this
What this
isn't
is,
our
this is
show.
this, yeah.
Everyone knows what it is. You know, that's why I don't know. The struggle with Disney is such a thing. Like a lot of people are just like, yeah, I just want to do like a adorable thing of like Minnie or Mickey Mouse. Fam, you'll get sued for that because because the company is more serious
might,
about it.
yeah.
But there's plenty of other companies where you can draw crap that looks like their stuff all day long, and they're totally fine with it. They want the publicity of you drawing their stuff and
Yeah,
having
free
it come out.
free marketing.
It's free marketing.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, and that doesn't
So it also comes kind of down to like how much power you have to defend your own stuff. Like if you got to have the knowledge to be able to defend your stuff if people are going to be copying off of it. Or well, you have to be
especially
famous
if it gets attention, right?
Yeah, if you get enough attention,
Yeah.
like you got to know how to kind of defend yourself, defend your work, and kind of prop yourself up enough that if someone does seem to be copying from you,
Yeah, yeah.
like you are foundationally set enough that you can say, nope, I made this first, or this is my idea. But it takes a while to even get to that level, I feel.
Actually, that leads me to my first question. Anyone ever copied your work?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, I guess that you know of.
Yeah, nah, I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to copy
That
your
he
work.
knows of.
That's facts. No, not that I know
No?
of.
Or how would you feel if you found out someone copied your work?
Oh, I guess
Man.
it depends on the situation.
Yeah, it depends on
right?
the situation.
Someone
but
copied it for like monetary.
Yeah, literally, if they try to
Games.
plagiarize what I'm doing,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, yeah, I totally came up with this game that's exactly like okay, I'd be bad.
Right,
But
right.
like, I haven't experienced anything like that yet. Yeah, no, I haven't
No?
experienced anything like that yet.
Dre, how would you feel if someone copied your work? Or has anyone copied your work? It'd be hard to copy.
It would, but it wouldn't be impossible either.
True.
You know, there's like certain levels of artists that can. My younger sister can. My younger cousin, they can effortlessly.
Yeah.
Effortlessly. So
Put your tag on Dre Yours.
they know the signature and everything.
Yeah.
So it'd be really hard to discredit. I don't know if I've had anybody copy any of it. And I would feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah,
agree.
because especially in the direction that I'm heading now. My past works, I wouldn't
Sure.
feel any type of way because
Right.
I've gotten them from references that are widely available online.
Yeah,
so
right,
whether or not you were inspired by the reference or from my own piece, that like if you copy the piece or the reference, I can't ascertain where that's from. However, my works to come, I will know.
Yeah.
I will know that you got, and then I'd be.
Yeah.
I'd feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't know Andre, but Andre is an artist.
Yeah, like, listen, I'll say right now, bro. Mans is a fine artist. I know
Yeah,
fine
yeah,
artists,
yeah.
bro. I
Yeah.
draw like comics
Appreciate it,
and
appreciate it.
like no, I can't even hate on that, bro. Mans is literally a fine artist. I am not. I'll
Yeah.
happily
Before you got
happily
here,
admit
bro.
that, bro.
Hilarious.
Before you got
Trying
here, when
my
we were
life.
starting the show, Chris was like, we were introducing ourselves, and then Chris was like, and then our guest, we have an actual artist coming through.
It's like,
bro. But it's okay. I'll allow it.
But you expect it.
Nah, come
You
on.
expect it from
I do.
Come on.
No, and it's just to get into that, it's extremely difficult to even do what Trey does. I can't transition.
you can't do what he does.
Yeah, it
Stop,
can't.
no, stop.
It's
Not a single person can recreate a map he made,
Bro,
a
stop.
castle,
I love
a
you.
nice.
Stop.
and
It's
just
hard.
like
Y'all being too kind.
I remember we were having a conversation years back, and I was describing one of the characters that I was doing, and Trey was drawing the character as I'm saying it. I'm like, what the hell? Like to be
I'm
able to
unworthy.
formulate
Yeah.
just
Unworthy.
a sketch off the top of your head,
Just thinking.
right there on the spot,
Yeah.
without just like a probably 30-second lapse.
Yeah.
Me, I'd have to like let it process, and then go into the creation
My
Right.
heart, my
of
soul.
it. But yeah, man,
Listen, we
it's-
have something coming for the pod next season, and I asked Trey, like, "Yo,
Dude,
do it." And
I'm so
he's
ready to
like,
show it off, bro.
Here,
I'm so
And
excited.
he just did it. I didn't tell him nothing, how to do it, nothing. I just said, "Hey, I want this piece and this piece. I want this to represent us." He's like, "Oh, say less." Boom, 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 boom.
Hold on, I got
It took a minute.
Yeah,
He's
It took
an
me
artist.
because I'm slow. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna
He's
lie.
an
on that.
artist.
I ain't gonna
So
lie
we
on
work
that.
on artist
Can
time.
I show him really quick away
There's,
from the camera?
That
Yeah, you
artist
can show him
time.
away
Okay,
from the
hold
That
camera.
artist time.
Yeah, this
We-
is exclusive. Don't say this to any of your friends.
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
man,
Hold
come
on.
You cannot show this
As
off
we're
yet.
talking about plagiarism and
All right, wait. Was it with or without the thing?
Both. Show them both.
Okay, this is going to be the guy so far. I'm quite proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the dude. It's gonna be nice. I'm excited. I think
Don't
he
explain
looks
too
pretty
much.
awesome. So I'm not explaining
Because
that.
cool stuff is coming. Yeah.
Stuff, just
Alright.
stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited for it, bro.
Yeah.
Don't look.
Yeah.
God. See all people trying.
Yeah, stuff is coming. But
God.
That's dope,
but yeah,
bro.
I just told him, hey, do this, and he did it. So I couldn't.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, man.
certain people's mind works like that.
Different.
And like
Yeah.
and it's from years of just being absorbed and just like
Yeah.
infused in that world. So
This is how I feel when people tell me to write things. Because when, like, if someone tells me to write something or someone tells me to look at something, edit something, it's immediate. It just turns on. I haven't written in months.
Yeah.
Months I haven't written anything. If someone asks me to write something, even if they're going to pay me for something, it's turn right back
It's
on.
like riding a bike, man. Like, I don't know. Something my dad told me forever ago, dude. Like, it's just neat to have a skill, but true talent is when you can just activate the skill at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you have a job, it doesn't matter how you're feeling. They're going to expect you to have your skill at a moment's notice,
Right.
be utilized, and then have it done. You
Right.
know, so that's the real talent, when you're able to activate the skill and utilize it as needed.
immediately.
You know, that's the real talent. That's what
crazy.
really hypes someone up. When a freaking basketball player, they're chilling on the bench and someone's like, "Hey man, want to play?" They jump on the field and just auto dominate everyone. Oh, that man has talent. I see. I see that he's a very good player. Understandable.
Auto dominate.
Yeah,
I like
but,
that
but
word.
like if he doesn't, if you're not using the skill, like
yeah.
that doesn't make then you're not talented. You know, if you're not
Yeah.
actively using it. So
Right. Facts.
it's definitely a practice thing, but
I'm
it's
with
like
you.
muscle memory at that point. Sorry, continue.
yeah, no,
I love
that's
you all.
That's about right.
and it's just like testament to your experience.
Yeah.
And
that's
like
true.
across any genre.
Yeah,
Sports,
yeah.
arts,
I agree.
It's a test, and to your discipline too.
Talk about
You gotta be
talk about discipline, right?
Yeah,
Let me, all
that's
right,
our
let me
struggle.
tell you something about discipline.
It's a struggle
right?
of all artists, bro. The ultimate struggle, bro.
By the way, follow Andre the artist. Is going to be over here, down there somewhere.
He's
Andre
amazing.
the artist on Instagram. And do you have a Twitter?
I don't know where. Good.
Not yet.
Oh, I see.
Andre
yeah.
the artist on Instagram. Yeah, right there, down there.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something about discipline, right? So I'm not very disciplined, as you can tell by my
By the ice cream
non-existent,
sandwich.
non-existent diet, right?
Yeah, go
I'm not
ahead.
very disciplined, and I had an issue of not finishing things that I start. So
Don't we all, brother? Don't we all?
I mean, like in every aspect in life. I'm
You
talking
should
about
see my
writing,
Steam library.
right? I'm talking about writing, games,
Jeez.
relationships. Like I'll break up if it gets a little too rocky. And I'm done here. But
Yeah, no.
so
We
it's-
witnessed it.
Yeah, we seen.
Yeah, so I have a bad habit of doing that. Listen,
Like, gee.
it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. I'm big on comfort. So when I feel uncomfortable, I just leave something.
I see.
But some things you got to be disciplined to stay when it's uncomfortable. So one of the things that I really wanted to do was start a podcast, right? And I always talked about it because I got into what they call Ego Radio when I was in college at FGCU. I got into Ego Radio because they did a podcast and they did like a sports show. It was really dope. And I became an editor of that. And once I was editing them, oh man, dude, this is dope. Like, I want to start a podcast. And at that time, I was already listening to podcasts. So I was listening to them every day. I was anticipating, new episodes and stuff. Always wanting more, like a consumer I am. So as I was thinking about that, I'm like, oh man, one day I want to start a podcast, yada, yada, yada. And then, like, what was it? Was it last year? Last year was what, 2020?
Yes.
I'd say the tail end of 2019, I started planning. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to start this podcast. I told Shell, like, yo, I want to start a podcast. This is what it's called. Bro, you got to hop on. She's like, what? This is fire. Let me hop on there too. And so did a bunch of research on the stuff that I want. Did a bunch of research on like equipment, like how I wanted to do it, what I wanted to be about. Nothing. And then like
That's fair. That's fair. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That was strong. Okay. I'll
then-
allow it.
and I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna start this podcast. Told my homies, yo, I'm starting this podcast, yada yada yada. And one of my homies who's always been straight with me, he's like, yeah, yo, big sure you finish it this time. And I'm like, oh.
Yo.
And I'm like, oh man, he's kind of hurt, but he's right. He's always right.
you
He's
need
like,
that
yo,
sometimes.
he's like,
Yeah,
he's like, you better
absolutely.
not quit this. And I'm like, you're correct. I can't quit. And I hated that he said that. So in my mind,
Strong
I'm like,
challenge.
all right, I'm not gonna quit because fuck you.
That's that
Exactly.
protagonist,
Yeah.
bro.
Listen, bro,
Yeah.
spite goes a
Yes.
long way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna quit because forget you, yada yada yada.
It does. You're not wrong.
Yeah, and so I started
Not
this
wrong.
with Michelle and Ed, and we did a couple episodes
Yeah.
together. And then I'm like, hey, let's bring in Trey. He has a deep voice. He'll be all right. Right? And then,
Yeah, Trey has a.
He's all right.
yeah.
What do you
and then
mean,
it
bro?
was-
Calm down. I don't know.
Trey has
what
a
you're
face
talking
Mic
made for
down.
radio.
I don't know what you're talking
voice.
about. I'm just trying to talk, guys.
And then it was, what, Trey and I and then the guest, and then
Yeah.
we had Victor on as guest. And I'm like, oh, Victor's chill. I wonder if he wants to do this. And Victor's like, yeah, whatever. All right, bet.
yeah, whatever.
And so now,
Hey, it's me.
yeah, we have the team together, and
Gang.
we've been doing this for like 60 episodes. But that's not the hard part. The hard part, well, first of all, I like doing this.
Good.
It's very important that I like to do this.
That matters.
Very important. Probably the most important.
Actually, yeah, very important because he has stressed to us that the second this stops being fun,
I'm out.
full stop.
I'm done with this.
Full stop.
Make sure to let him know. Like,
Cold turkey.
yeah, 100%.
Full stop. Cold turkey.
100%. There's nothing tying me to this.
No
So-
looking back.
Looking back. So the hard part was realizing that this may never be successful. I'm going to do hundreds of episodes, even not getting paid. This may never be recognized. This may never go anywhere.
Indeed.
But I also mentioned to these guys, like, listen, we're going to do 100 episodes, no money, no nothing. Do you still want to do it?
Easy.
They say, yeah. I'm like, all right, bet. Let's keep doing it. And because I like to do it, the things that I'm missing out on or seemingly missing out on don't hurt me as much. So it's nothing for me to do this for nothing. I'm only spending money. I'm only losing money on this. I bought all of this.
For now.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm only losing money on all of this stuff, but I love to do this. Right. Technically it's a hobby, but hopefully it won't be for too much longer. But I'm only doing, I like to do this. So it's not nothing for me to go home and edit, go home and learn. Cause I learned how to do Premiere Pro. I learned how to do Audition. I'm learning Photoshop. I learned how to do, I'm learning After Effects. So I can make things better. I bought that camera recently. That we didn't have that. We were shooting on.
There you go.
On this.
Okay, which one's the sheesh button, bro?
I'm only losing money.
Hit that one,
so,
bro.
but since I like to do this, I'm always thinking of ways to elevate it. To do so, I could do this 200 episodes and have like 50 subscribers and gain nothing, but it will still be something that's like successful to me because I like to do it.
Wholesome.
Because I like to do it. It makes me feel better. It's like, you know what? It's not like a job to me. It's something I could do. It's fun. I'm doing it with the homies, and it still feels good. That's what I would tell anybody that like wants to do content and stuff. You have to be ready to like lose every week. Essentially, you gotta be willing to lose. You gotta be willing not to gain anything from it.
Yeah.
Because if you go in and think you're gonna gain something, sure you have those one-offs that have like a viral tweet or a viral video, and then they get that short burst of like.
Bro, listen, that's what everyone's waiting for.
Everyone wants that instant fame.
What any and everyone
but
doing,
not everybody knows how to capitalize on it.
that's what everyone doing any form of creation wants and is waiting for, is trying to find that, 15 minutes of fame that they can then ride out as long as possible.
Right.
But that's like working, not that working towards that's not fair, but no, like doing what you're doing is more healthy than hoping for and waiting for the 15 minutes of fame. Like just being like acknowledging that, oh, this is just something I like to do, period. I get that there are downsides to it. There's downsides to everything in existence ever because work, that's like what it is. You're using energy to do something. So no matter what, I try to stay away from saying people are humans, I swear. But just as doing it, dude, like it's, once you decide on the things that you like to do and you can do the things that you like you feel better doing them.
Facts.
Even when you are using energy or it's taking effort, dude. When you're painting, like you're in a Zen mode and you like feel better doing it. I don't know. I feel better when drawing. Like I feel healthier. Feel like just a better person.
Not all the time.
Right.
Facts.
You also determine like just what you gentlemen were saying, you determine your own success though. You determine what quantifies or qualifies, there you go, as success.
And I'm glad you said that because I told him, like, if we get 100 episodes, I'll feel successful.
That's
important.
That's my threshold of success.
That's
Anything
important.
above that is extra.
Bonus. Great
That's
bonus
it,
for
man.
me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And then remember I had a good friend of mine tell me like years ago, he was like, Dre, you eat an elephant one bite at a time. Right? And your success marker is a bite.
Right.
As soon as you take that, there's more bites and then you'll figure out how to go around it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
And once you put what's that?
I don't know.
Once you put a goal in front of you, your mind works out the rest.
Right.
As soon as you determine, okay, this is the destination, your brain will figure out, how to get there.
What are the steps necessary?
What are the steps? There'll be bumps.
100%.
There'll be detours. There'll be this. But if you get back on track, as long as you know the destination and you're willing to consistently, like day in, day out,
go.
Right? And that goal means a lot of things. It means setting up like rest times for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
What is Ed doing over there, bro?
I'm not sure.
Ed is wilding.
if you don't set those rest time, you don't want to burn out. You don't want to do certain
Son.
things, and it's a lot. It's a lot
Son,
that goes into that
on the
success.
way, on the drive here, I'm thinking
Yeah.
to myself, anyone who, and this is me thinking about what I was going to say. I'm like, anyone who wants to create will probably like watch motivational videos that tell them rise and grind, never stop,
Yeah,
sleep
bro.
when you're dead. I'm like, I'd probably be one of like the small amount of people that say, hey man, go take a nap.
I feel that.
Like rest.
Nah.
I prioritize rest.
You got to turn that mindset into a grind set, though.
Yeah, no. I prioritize. You turned into LLC Twitter.
Yeah, facts.
It's all right.
I
I can
like-
turn your 200 into
2000,
2000.
right? I prioritize rest. So if I'm feeling tired, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take a break. I'm not losing any. I'm only gaining energy. You feel me? I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna sleep. It doesn't matter. Like specifically for the YouTube, right? Because now I found out how to get it down to like a science. So, but the thing is, the issue is that I'm always also thinking about ways to make it better. So I have it down to science, but I'm always adding to the science, and sometimes it takes me longer because I'm trying to do something intricate. But it may not require it, but I'm like, oh, this would be dope. I'm just thinking this would be nice. So it may take a little bit more time. But if I find I'm like 1 a.m. editing, I'm like, all right, let me chill. Let me go ahead and save, turn off the computer, and then take a nap, go to sleep. You feel me? So you gotta rest, because if you don't rest, you're not gonna have energy to even enjoy the success when it comes.
True.
You feel me? When you reach that threshold, when you reach that echelon that you set for yourself,
It is important
it's
to know
called success. Yeah.
It's important to know the success. Only like I feel like once you hit success, you can kind of make that rest moment.
Right.
But if you don't know where your success is, like that is what will cause burnout a lot of times. So if
Yeah.
you don't see, if there is no light at the end of the tunnel,
Right.
then you lose hope.
Facts.
And you lose
Agreed.
the reason to keep going. Sometimes it just becomes so muddled, such a gray area that you don't know
100%.
where you're trying to go. You don't know what
Yeah.
makes you happy. You don't know when to feel happy. You don't know when it's okay to rest and like
Right.
take the anxiety off for a second,
Right.
and then come up with the next goal and keep moving. But
Another hard part is like when you see, like, for example, I'd love our YouTube to go up. So it's hard to see like other YouTubers with like millions of subscribers, you feel me, hundreds of thousands of views, and not feel envious, and
Yeah.
not feel like I want this now. But obviously you can't get that.
Yeah, but then again, none of those people got it overnight.
Right. Yeah.
It took
yeah, yeah.
years
Years. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of working at it, and like, can
Being
you
consistent.
Exactly, but can you like, even if you were in the shoes of, let's say we go from our 30 to 50 views
Right.
overnight to a viral hit, a
Right.
million
Right.
or
Yeah.
something, like, would we even know what to do?
Right.
The challenge there
Facts.
is capturing the lightning in a bottle.
Right.
yeah,
And
once it happens,
Once it happens, you have no idea how it happened.
Yeah.
So you're trying to you're going to try to replicate something
It's impossible.
that's near impossible.
Yeah. Because a lot of people do that, and now it's oversaturated with that one thing that you're doing.
That right there is oversaturation.
Yeah.
And just the art form being diluted, or
Yeah.
it is abundant
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And I also think it is important to not let your audience determine what the success is for you, or let your audience determine what your content should be.
Right.
Because then you end up just chasing something that you'll never catch up to.
Super
Because
facts.
you cannot please everybody.
No one
your
will be
opinions will
satisfied.
differ from
Yeah.
a lot of what your audience wants, right? And you'll just get that. You'll get those contradictions. You'll get people who like what you put out, don't like what you put out, but both are important. What matters is it's like, hey, this is what I'm creating,
Right.
right? Like, allow me to take you on this journey,
Right.
right? This is not your journey.
It's up to you.
First
Tom.
Yeah, I
and
didn't-
foremost, this is all
This,
for
yeah,
me.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
That's what
allow
else
me
to
to take you on this journey.
Right.
Now, at the end of the journey, I appreciate what you thought about the journey, but at the end of the day, it's my journey,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And thank you for being a part of it.
Appreciate
but
you.
yeah, this is my creation, and this is my process, and this is what I do. And obviously, if like people who like it, People who don't. And you'll find like followers from both sides of the fence because people who don't like it will get on it just to troll you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hate
Right?
watching is a thing.
So
Yes.
yeah,
And it gets views.
it still gets you a view.
Yes.
You remember like
I don't think they understand that concept.
what did Eazy-E say when they were like burning up all those records? Because he was like, they still bought it.
They
Yeah,
still
yeah,
bought
yeah,
it.
they
Right?
bought it.
You
Yeah,
bought it
yeah.
just to burn it. So it's
Right.
still the same thing. It's still a view
Same
where
thing.
you're
Yeah.
so there's a lot out there.
And we don't get any hate comments. Send us some hate comments. We need motivation.
Not yet.
Like I told you, bro.
Joking.
No,
it'll come.
I'm serious. Like I
It'll
told
come.
you, spite goes a long way.
I can't wait till it takes some I said out of context. Oh man. That's gonna be the time. Can't wait to correct niggas on the internet.
That's facts. I'm ready for that. I'm ready
It's
to do
gonna
some.
come.
I think you're gonna respond to one and then just go take a nap.
Yeah,
That sounds exhausting. Right, it sounds exhausting.
All
just,
facts.
Just to be able
All
to.
facts. But we said all that just to say this is my discipline.
Yeah.
Me coming here doing it all the time. This is me being disciplined and what I want to do.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Yeah, man. I had a whole list of questions. We're at like 40 minutes, but
Let's go.
but that's what it is. Sometimes it just carries. Let me ask you something, Andre. What made you want to be an artist, or when did you start drawing?
Man, I started
Oh, everyone asked me.
probably 5
Get out of town.
5 or 6.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was serious. I remember when I say it was serious, thank goodness for what Pine Grove Elementary was at the time.
Love Pine Grove. Shout out Pine
because
Grove.
it was
School of the Arts.
School of the Arts, a magnet program, a school for School of the Arts.
Integral.
And when I was going through Pine Grove, I remember second grade. And like they would have you dig out of like the treasure box, but you have to get good grades to get to the damn
To get
treasure
to the
box.
treasure box.
So like everybody would get good grades to get to the treasure box. And
Right,
there would
right.
be toys, there'd be video games, there'd be all sorts of things. But I remember there was a sketchbook in there and there was a drawing book, right? And there's one of my friends that I'm still friends with till this day. I remember him looking across the room at me because whoever names get called first, we already know what we're going to get. And it's the
already peep what
sketchbook
you
or the
want.
art book, right?
Yeah.
And I remember they called my name before his,
Ooh.
and I went and got it. I kid you not, we beefed for like months, and off of a drawing book.
Ain't friends no
right?
more, bro.
I ignored everything else, and I was drawn to that. I was always amazed at how people could deconstruct something, right? Take something organic, deconstruct it, and then reconstruct it within
Yes.
a different medium, whether it's a drawing, whether it's a
Yes.
painting, right? Whether it's a sculpture, clay, whatever it is.
Right.
I was always like in love with that. And I was never the person that would see something and be like, damn, man, I wish I was like, I
No.
could do that.
Yeah,
I was like, I could do that. And then I would do it, right?
The power of being able to feel
That's
that, bro.
it. And as a kid, that's how I was. And
Yes.
I progressed a lot quicker because of the environment that I was in. And I had those resources. I had those art teachers early on, right? And I would go home and that's all I would do.
Yeah.
I would
Just draw.
like, put something in front of me, draw it, or like look at something like, where they break down, okay, these are the steps, and I'd try to get through the steps, but I didn't like it. I'm like, how do I draw that?
I
My
feel
own
you.
self, right? So, and then I went out and actually taught myself a lot of things. Went to the library was a thing.
That's how it works.
It was a thing back then, right?
Yeah.
Like, hanging out at the library. So
we used to love going to the library.
that's it.
Books a
Del
million,
Rey
bro.
Library
Books a
was
million.
something.
Yeah.
So we would go there and I would get books, like color mixing, doing this, doing that, like charcoal, shadows, this, that. And I realized I started seeing the world differently, right?
Right.
I see in color, I see in black and white, I see in like lines being broken down. So I would essentially draw you before I even put it on paper. I could have a painting done in my head before you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how long I've been.
Do you still have that sketchbook from
I
elementary?
do not. I don't know what happened to that thing.
Gone, bro.
I wish.
Come
I wish.
Bro,
Nah, man.
it's a lot harder than y'all think it is.
Yeah,
Just keep
books-
old sketchbooks,
also-
bro.
Those things don't
Well, how
last.
you felt is kind of how I felt about reading. Because I remember very vividly, there was this time when I was in 5th grade, there was this book that I wanted to read. And, you had the little free time. And it's just like, hey, go do what you want. I'm like, oh, bet, let me go read. Like the fun things like kids like to do. So I picked up this book. It was a mystery book. Forgot what it was called. It was a mystery book. And as I'm reading this book, I'm like, oh, snap, this book is going crazy. Right? But it was time for us to go. And I'm like, damn, I want to finish the book.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, can I take this home? She's like, yeah, sure. If you bring it back tomorrow. I'm like, say less. Went home, got like undressed, got on my bed, read the book throughout the night. I didn't even eat dinner. My mom tried to give me dinner. I took like 2 bites and I went back to reading the book.
Sir, it was so interesting.
And I finished the book that night and I'm like, yo, this book was flame. Teacher, where's the other one? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of catapulted me into like liking reading and writing as a whole. And then I got into my little niches like poetry, where I started like developing my own kind of ideas after reading other poems and seeing like what I like, if I'm like a romanticist type of poem, if I like post whatever era type of poetry, So from there, when I was small and reading is when I kind of developed. It's how I kind of like, I guess, journeyed my way to, poetry. Because it started that way. And now got an English degree. Words are nothing to me. Writing is easy.
To be able to articulate your feelings, right? To eloquently tell somebody off.
Right.
You could do both, man. So
eloquently tell someone off. You nincompoop.
Right.
Yes.
It is sometimes it baffles people where, like, for example, just for the sake of argument, getting into an argument with somebody. Right. And
I don't even argue with niggas, man.
You don't even have to because you can. The English degree, a lot of people, the misconception is that when you tell somebody, hey, I got an English degree, like, oh,
are you a teacher?
You teach?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a versatile degree.
Yeah.
Like you can go into like law school.
Facts.
You could probably get into law school over some pre-law students because of that English degree,
you can
right?
Articulate
and
yourself.
The entire degree, you're learning how to articulate, how to argue, how to bring forth evidence,
facts,
and present it to somebody. So, so when you see somebody and you're trying to basically paint a picture of your point,
right?
It is very easy for you to use certain words, and the person will be like, "Well, I just said this because
right."
And
can't do that. Yeah.
At that point, you're like, "Well, you're ill-equipped to argue this point."
Exactly.
So therefore, it's not even worth it at that.
It's kind of why I don't argue with people on like the internet. Because when I read some stuff, I'm like, this is stupid. This person has no idea what they're saying. But I'm like, I'm not going to write that. I don't care.
I'd be in the middle of writing it. I'm like,
exactly. Bro.
It's like, too many times.
Just delete all this for real?
This
is going to matter tomorrow.
Just delete it all. LOL.
Yeah.
Right. I don't even LOL. I get upset with myself. I'm like, how did I even come across this? Why am I here?
Why am I wasting time?
That's what it is.
Tell me about some of the tools that you use to draw.
Ah, man.
See?
Well,
because I elevated from like the manual soundboard to this Rodecaster all-encompass all-in-one. And from like 2 mics to 4. And from like my phone to the Lumix. So these are my tools that I kind of use to create. You feel me?
I always go back and forth, right? I wouldn't say I would leave one and then pick up the other.
Right.
I'll master one. Like my first thing to try to master was the pencil.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can I realistically or just make something super like real or put it in a realism style with this pencil,
Just a pencil.
with black and white, with graphite, and then like charcoal is a challenge. Charcoal is a mess. Pastel is a challenge. Pastel will leave your fingers raw.
Your boy
because you'll sit in here.
Yes.
I've
been trying pastels,
tools.
bro.
There's tools to do that. You don't need to use your
I'm
index
learning.
finger.
I'm just learning pastels. No, I'm just learning pastels, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm a noob at pastels, but they are really fun to use. And like I don't know, I like how they look versus paint. I have tried paint before, but like I don't know, I really like the texture of pastels. But Jesus Christ, they're messy, dude.
They are. Ink is annoying.
Yeah, I bet.
Ink is annoying.
It's hard to make mistakes.
It's beautiful.
It is, and then there's a different like the brush like thickness and just like you have the detail, and then it's just you mess around and pick up the wrong one and do a wrong one.
Game over.
Upset, right? And then when you get into even painting, like painting is what I'm in love with right now.
Yeah.
Right, and it's so formulaic. Every aspect of it is formulaic, right? For example, my cousin, she likes working with acrylic. She's dangerous with anything. However, you mess around and go at her with acrylic, she will destroy you.
Yeah.
She will destroy you, right?
Yeah.
And acrylic
Auto dominate, like my man likes.
Hey man, auto dominate, bro. I'm telling you.
terminology.
I'm
Acrylic
sorry.
though for me is what I started with, right? When I was painting.
Right.
And I don't like it. I don't like it because like it's what I used to be really good at just like making realistic pieces with acrylic. But the problem I was running into is that acrylic you have to layer and layer. And when I first touched oil paint, I never went back.
Oh man.
I never went back.
Oil on canvas.
Oil on canvas is a different ball game for me. So and it's when I say it's formulaic, like for acrylic you have to layer, right? With oil, you can mix and blend on the actual canvas, right? Acrylic, you're racing, and it's funny, I think they're backwards with each other. Acrylic, you're racing against time. You could mix something on the palette. By the time you go to put it on canvas, it's dry. Annoying. Oil, you can mix on the painting. It'll stay wet for like a few days.
In the mic.
All right, it'll stay wet for a few days. So, and when I say it's formulaic, when I paint my black and white paintings, I go in between like 3 colors. I go black.
Yeah.
I do titanium white
Okay.
and this color called Payne's gray.
Okay.
Right? It's like a deep gray, and with that gray, you can add white to it, add black to it, and get it and stretch it wherever you want to.
I
right?
see.
All right.
So, but here's what I've learned with Payne's gray.
Mm-hmm.
I like mixing to get Payne's gray more than like I can go out to the store and purchase a tube of paint that's already pre-mixed.
Okay.
Because I found that when I add, like either when I try to tint it with white or try to shade it with black to that already pre-prepared tube of paint,
Yeah.
it gets muddy. It doesn't give me the color that I want. So
Interesting.
yeah, no.
I see.
So like I prefer to mix it. When I mix it, then I add white or black, it gets to where I want it to get. And those are like the only 3 colors I use on my black and white portraits, right? So everything is formulaic. And I always go back to, if I've been painting for a while, I could be working on a painting in the studio and I'm like, damn, I'm tired of painting. I go to like drawing. I'm like, drawing just like kind of is like a exhale. It's just like,
okay.
it's like a break. So
Therapeutic.
those tools, I love going in between them.
I see.
Right. And it helps that, like, I kid you not, I can post a painting, I can post whatever, and I'll be content, or like I'll have people that'll just hit the like button or contact me and say, hey man, that was great.
Yeah.
My sister or my cousin,
Yeah.
they'll call me. They're like, oh, that's what you're doing? Click. And that's it.
Oh, really?
Right?
Okay.
Click. And that's it. Right? And then it's
you, bro.
between that or they'll,
Bad.
or I'll get a call and it's like, okay, you started a war.
It's begun.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I was just, before I know it, like, you're in a war with this person, and then the other one shows up like, oh, that's what y'all doing?
Your player
Click.
has arrived, bro.
Right? And that's what they do. So, and it's just like, I'm fortunate to have that
That's
and to
important.
have 2 people who are like, not only can they delve in my style and I could delve in their styles,
Yeah, man.
but they have their own thing and they'll push you.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah,
push
That's
you.
important.
Yeah. And it's
very
important too. So
No, that's
yeah,
dope.
man.
Do you only do canvas? Or are there
No.
any other services?
I do paper.
Okay.
I've done cardboard. Cardboard's interesting.
I was thinking about that actually.
It's absorbent. It is absorbent. So like I've done watercolor on cardboard.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
after seeing this kid who just,
Killed it.
my goodness, right? And so I was like, let me try.
Yeah.
And that was my first time working on watercolor since like high school.
Yeah.
So, but I liked it and I did it pretty well. Let me see what else. I've worked on panel. I've worked on wood. I worked on a few different surfaces,
different
but
ones.
I prefer canvas.
You ever done drywall?
I have done drywall.
Yeah.
It's too fragile.
It is.
to me. It is too fragile to me. Like once you prime it and then something gets man, yeah, if it crumbles,
Dude.
you'd be upset, right?
Yeah.
And so, and if water gets into the wall and it starts to rot and starts to
Yeah.
mold, so it's just, I try to stay away from things that'll
The fragile surfaces.
fragile, and just I like longevity, right? I want my my images to last.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Trey, how do you ever had to deal with like negativity on your like pictures? Anyone come up to like, yo, this is ass? Why are you posting this?
I've had people complain that I don't crosshatch.
Other artists?
Yeah, like they a lot of times, like I do ink work all the time. So
Right.
it's all black and white work. And it's not, I mean, it's not like negativity, I guess, but no, like they'll come up and say, hey, this is cool. Well, have you ever tried to crosshatch before? No.
What's crosshatch?
So thanks for asking. So
here we
cross-hatching is when instead of just doing lines in one direction, you do lines in this direction as well. And if you layer them correctly, you can create value by the density of the line structure. So like if there's a lot of lines on this side, it looks darker. If there's no lines, it looks lighter.
And they're small, so it's like
they're super small. So like
super tiny cross hatches.
exactly. At a distance, it'll just look like
Yeah, it
value.
looks like
Once
something,
up close, it's like beautiful texture.
Yeah.
Cross-hatching is awesome. It's really cool. I know how to cross-hatch. I have been drawing for a long time. I choose not to cross-hatch.
Right.
Because
Stylistic choice, right?
stylistic
Right.
choice. And so
You
like,
hear his tone change?
So-
It obviously it hit.
sorry,
It
Struck a nerve.
Personally, bro.
no, like
He's like, I know how to do
I
it.
know how to do it. Like it's there. I feel
Get
you.
off my fucking back.
I get other inkers also do it. I'm sure.
Not an amateur.
You know, like I'm sure it has its benefits.
Right.
Because I've seen the benefits and used them.
Yeah.
But in the works that I'm drawing, I personally like parallel lines. I like how they look. I like creating values with parallel lines used as it. And it's just hatching. It's just called hatching if it's one direction of lines. That's fine with me. A very, very, very important thing I learned, I think it was in like a height, like, no, actually it was in college. I'm angry it took me this long to learn it, but it was in college. It was like a second year of college. And like I'm doodling something and I cannot remember where I heard it. It might have been like watching a video or something, but it was like, dude, the art of Garfield, Simpsons, and Rick and Morty sucks.
I was watching
But
Rick and Morty
it
earlier.
doesn't matter because the story gets across. You
you
get the
go.
comedy across.
Yeah.
You get the morals across. People are happy with your story.
And now the art fits the story.
And now the art fits the story. It literally doesn't matter that
Doesn't
the art of
matter,
Charlie Brown, the art of Ed, Ed, and Eddie literally sucks. It is not good art. It is anatomically horribly wrong.
Yep.
It doesn't make sense. I don't understand how their arms or their hands do it. It doesn't matter though. Kids are still loving Charlie Brown.
Yo.
They're still playing that every freaking holiday season.
Every Christmas.
So I I had this whole epiphany moment where I was like, it literally doesn't matter as long as I render the idea that was in my head.
Right.
Once the idea is out on paper and I feel like I got my idea out and I'm comfortable with it, it now exists and I can move on past that.
No, that's
so to me, cross-hatching is hella useful. Yes, I can use it in some pictures. I have used it in some pictures, but more often than not, hatching has done the job for me. It has looked good to me. It has rendered the three-dimensional structures the way that I wanted them to be rendered. It is now on paper and I can show it.
Yeah.
My mission's accomplished.
Yeah.
So the most negativity I've really ever gotten from my pictures was, hey man, well, why don't you do this thing that I've seen other people do before?
Right. Niggas always want you to do what someone else did.
You know, dude, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, it's not really negative. I don't even take it that way because of that point. I'm just like, okay, I forgot who it was one of y'all, but you're not equipped to talk about this situation. You're ill-equipped
To argue this point.
Yeah, you're ill-equipped to really talk about this art.
It's like,
right
you're
now.
not in my echelon. Stop
Yeah,
talking to me.
because you're not actually trying to critique my work.
Right.
You're just, oh man, well, I saw this other art and I heard this cool vocab word and
Do
why
that.
aren't you using my vocab word? You okay? All right.
Case in
That's
point.
it. You
Case
made
in
a
point. Case in point.
Done
We
and
would
done.
go. We would do cons, right?
Yeah.
We would do cons, and
Conventions,
you all
dude.
have original work
but-
that we sell at the cons. People
Bro.
will come up and be like, "Can you draw
Yes.
Batman?
Yes. Dude,
Can you
we
draw
have-
Wonder
We
Woman?"
have a whole table there of
Original
like
work.
30 something characters they have literally never seen before. I do Ren Fair, bro. I'm like calling out. Hey guys, come see our company. You've never seen any of these characters anywhere ever before.
Right.
They're all original characters done in house, completely unique. Here's the books that they are in. The book, whatever.
Yeah.
They're all here. Wow, that's really awesome. Yo, is that Black Panther? No,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I just said that you've never seen these
this
characters.
before.
Well, do you think you could draw Black Panther? Just give me the money, sure.
Yeah,
You know,
bro.
like,
Give me
but like, you know, it's annoying, but
annoying,
nah,
bro,
people
yeah.
do just want to like make copies of what they've seen before.
Yeah.
And until they like feel that you have the weight and importance in your own characters, they see no reason to kind of push you yet. So unless they know you, unless they know the struggle you're going through, they're going to want to see the same things they've
something's
seen.
popular, you're not popular.
You're not popular. That's all it is, man. So, and again, that's not a thing that like I like hold against the industry. That's just human nature, bro. Like what I will always tell people who are asking about that, like, dude, there are enough people paid to draw those characters.
Exactly.
I don't need to draw them.
Yes.
In the last 20 years of drawing, I've only ever drawn 2 characters from someone else's story, and it was in a single picture of Samus fighting Din Djarin or whatever from Mandalorian, basically.
Okay.
That's the last picture.
What
I
about
know.
that Tokyo Ghoul character? You
Oh, thank you. I could not remember, bro. Thank you. Literally,
Kaneki.
I don't draw people's characters.
So the battery died.
Oh, sorry. So that was 3 characters.
I'll replace the battery.
Well, but yeah, like I don't know. I don't draw people's characters, and that's nothing against other characters. I've just always had the belief, like, dude, I don't get paid to draw them. I have no reason to draw them, so I'm going to make my own people. I'm going to make my own characters, my own settings, my own lore, my own whatever, because that allows me to fuel my work and my creativity. So.
What about you, Dre? How do you deal with negativity?
Oh, I have
Uh-oh.
fortunately gotten to the point where I have the attitude where I can pull a middle finger out of my pocket.
Hold on, left.
Oh, I've got something just for it. Hold on.
Something just for you.
Well, I've gotten to the point just like that. I'll be like, damn, I lost something. Where is it? You know
Hold
what?
on.
Here it is. Hold it. But I've received a lot of negativity, right? And I've gotten to a point in my life where the content that I create or the like moving forward is for, here's the reason, right? It's not for me. It's not for our generation. It's for the next generation, right? Particularly people that look like me.
Yes.
I want for like young black girls and black boys to be able to see something that I produce content wise and something that I created. And I want them to be able to say, like, to see in one of the images, whether it's like a strong black man, they'd be like, yo, he is strong.
Mm-hmm.
I can be strong too, right? She is beautiful. I can be beautiful too. He's handsome. I can be that too. Plus, a black artist created that.
Right.
Therefore, I can create it as well.
Absolutely.
As long as those 2 things happen, I've gotten to the point where that's it. I don't care.
That's success.
I don't
That's the
yeah,
success,
right?
bro.
I don't
Yeah.
care what happens from that. I had a gentleman one time. I did a image for a friend of mine, right? She wanted her mom in a mirror, right? She wanted her sister looking in a mirror and seeing back their mom who had passed away. I was like, okay, cool. And I created the image. She loved the image. His sister loved the image. Then this random guy from the internet, I don't even know where his mom was at. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
But he commented, he's like, hey, great painting, but the face is kind of off. You didn't even have the reference picture. Who are you, bro? I'm like, right? I'm like, what? I'm like, you've never even seen the picture. You don't know what this woman looks like.
Yeah.
What either of them looks like. How do you know it's off?
Right.
What do you? And then I'm like, I went on their page and looked around. You're not even an artist, right? Like, so at that point,
what are you
I'm
doing here?
Who are you here?
I'm like, you're lost. You got lost on my page, right?
Bro, you don't even go here.
So I
You're
deleted
lost, bro.
I deleted the comment because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need this. I didn't even reply to that person.
No need.
I'm like, you're not worth
Yeah.
that. I'm like, you're not worth my time at that point because
Yeah.
right. And then those people are important though, because it teaches you and they teach you. The sooner you learn, the better it is for you.
Yeah.
Right. Granted, like some of us,
Yes.
we've learned at a much, if in comparison to other people, right?
Yeah,
If you're comparing yourself to other people, then you've probably learned a bit later in life than other people. But if you're comparing yourself to yourself, you learned at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And that's what's important.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody, when I look in that mirror, it's like, am I happy?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I blow myself a kiss when I walk by the mirror? Do I not? Like, you know, so it's just, that's what I care about at this point. I care about the next generation, what they see in my images.
Yes.
And it is important now for me to tell my own stories. Right.
Yeah.
Like like I said, in the past, I've gotten images from all over the internet, right? And just reproduce them either in black and white, in color, or I add a twist to it, right? But I've always, like throughout the years, have like, it's like something just in the back of my head bothering me. And I never realized what that was until I realized, damn, I'm not happy because I have a lot of stories that I want to tell.
Yeah.
About our people, from our people,
Yeah.
and I'm not doing so. I'm just like regurgitating this imagery that's abundant that I see all the time.
the
It's just like,
time.
you know, that people are taking pictures.
Consuming,
Yeah,
and then just
and then, like,
putting
I'm
out
just,
what you've
like,
already consumed.
I don't care to paint celebrities.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I do not, dude. Like,
Right, it's
at
just-
all.
I don't care. Like, I could paint, I'm not gonna name any celebrity, but I could paint a celebrity on a throne.
Right.
I can also paint a young black kid who has nothing on a throne.
Yeah.
Which has more weight, right?
Right,
Somebody
right.
who's like, granted, they've earned their success, yes,
Yeah.
but it's plastered everywhere,
Yeah.
right?
It's not like you don't
It's
know
already,
who they are.
yeah,
right?
it's already plastered
I feel
everywhere.
the exact same way.
So-
I was just saying the superhero thing, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I feel the exact same way. People have already seen these heroes.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
no reason to continue.
Right.
Showing them off.
So when I put a young kid on the throne who you don't know who he is, at that point he could be anybody. He could be you, he could be
Yes.
me, he could be him, her. Like, you see,
Yeah.
like, so
And it's abstract.
yeah. So you have a lot of like ways of thinking, and this is kind of like a thing that gets me upset with a lot of artists out there nowadays. And granted, everybody creates whatever they want to create.
Right,
So
right.
I'm upset, but I'm upset to myself because it's just, you'll have artists out there and you're like the talent is there, the skill is there,
Yeah.
but it's just like you're just
The contents.
the content is.
Yeah.
I don't care if you could paint Bugs Bunny. The
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
I don't care
Yeah,
about that. And then you'll have people who paint like a Bugs Bunny piece or a character, whatever, that's so abundant within society,
Yeah.
and then they'll stand next to it within the social media era that we're in now. You'll have the people, they'll stand next to it
Yeah.
and pose either half naked or whatever. Guys
Yeah,
or girls.
yeah,
Guys or girls.
Doesn't matter.
Either
And
That
then
don't
you're
matter.
like, yo, man, fuck, what am I supposed to look at? Like, the image of Bugs Bunny or you? Like,
Yeah.
what's important? Like,
Yeah.
you're an artist. Like, okay. Right?
Yeah.
I could have farted Bugs Bunny when I was 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And stood next to it in a diaper.
Yeah.
Like, it's, at that point, I get upset. I'm like, there's nothing you're contributing
Right.
to help art move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nor, because like art has also been used to catalog history.
Yes.
Right? People study, like when you study art history, the first thing is you learn about cave paintings,
Yes.
right? You learn how society lived within a time frame or a
Right.
time period, within an era. So, like, they already see Bugs Bunny. If we're all gone, they're like, like Bugs Bunny is abundant.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
person's abundant. So
Imagine
like,
everyone only did Bugs Bunny.
Let me contribute to when archaeology, like, crap.
Dude, I
Right,
feel you.
when they dig up
Bro, I'm there
certain
with
things
you,
and
like-
they see like when they see vases and this and that, they're like, oh,
it shows you how
another
the
vase.
culture looks.
another vase, and then
yeah.
you're just like, they want to see something else.
Yeah.
See something
What
different.
can tell me more about this
Yeah.
race?
Right,
What can tell me
right,
more
right.
about this group of people on this specific like earth at this specific point in
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. What can tell you more
What,
about
like,
the
what
artist?
imagery
Yeah, so-
were they thinking about?
Yeah, if I have something in a museum, I think I'm wanted to Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
No, I'm not. I got nothing against Bugs Bunny. I was just
We love Bugs.
I'm,
He's
yeah,
just-
He's
I'm
he's
just
had his
using it as an
moment, though.
example.
He's had his time.
Bro, it's the same with Superman, same with Batman, same
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all these
Right,
characters. Like,
right.
I see no reason to draw. They've had their time. There was
Yeah,
an
they're not
entire.
strangers.
There were decades of them being the only characters.
Right.
Now the field is being populated. I'm not saying oversaturated. It is being saturated though with everyone who wants to draw these characters, making copies of these characters. So it is harder and harder to find your own direction to go. But again, like, I don't know, growing up, I feel like the second you just stop caring about trying to create what you've already consumed, you'll naturally start kind of creating your own direction in the art you're going and kind of finding your own niche and your own feeling and spirit in it.
Absolutely.
Because it is, dude, I feel you on that.
Absolutely agree.
It is hard to kind of get past the fact that you don't want to draw what's already been drawn. You want to leave your own mark, and you want to forge a new path in the art, and you want to contribute. And like, hey man, as Black in America, like, you got to be honest, dude. It's important what we contribute. It's important what we contribute to
facts.
The culture.
Mega facts.
Right. To like take this, kind of go in a different direction, or not different direction, but I remember I had somebody ask me, why do you always and only paint
Women.
that too? I've gotten that, and like I've gotten it in a funny way.
Yeah.
I had like a good friend of mine, his wife. I remember he was asking me about a painting, and she's like, Dre's just gonna paint a naked woman. I was like, wait a minute, I'm offended. Hold on. Hold on. That's it. I couldn't argue it. I could not argue it. I'm like, damn, she's kind of right. But anyways, back to what I was saying is just, why do you only paint like Black people, or predominantly just Black people? Right? Toni Morrison
it's a fair question, though.
They had
It is
asked
a
her
fair
that.
question.
They had asked Toni Morrison, why do you only write about like Black people? It's like, white people tell their story. I don't need to tell their story. Right?
Yeah.
Like, my story is being told, and every time my story is told, right, it gets either swept under the rug, or it gets ignored, or it gets this. No, I'm gonna put it in your face, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So it's just, it gets. But here is the story, and here's like, again, here's the journey I'm taking you on. Right. I respect you for taking the journey with me, but it's my story to tell. Right. And I need to tell the story of my heroes, not the heroes you told me about. There's like, right, the pyramids.
Yeah.
Aliens created the pyramids, guys. You know what I mean? Aliens, guys.
No possible way the culture could have, I don't know, just existed there and did it.
Egypt's not in Africa.
I'm saying it's not. It's not. Aliens, all right?
Aliens.
And the experts they got to say that, they're not the Black experts. I'm sorry. I digress. But what I'm trying to say is, I need to tell my story, right? I need to tell my story, and it's not for like the generation before me.
Yeah.
It's not for our generation. It's for the generation that's coming up.
Yeah.
Right? Now you got them teaching kids how to take tests. The arts aren't important anymore. Right? And just like teaching your kids what's going to help them and what's going to leave like a good imprint on society, and just like keep them moving forward. They don't.
Yeah.
How can they know unless someone tells them that they can explore art?
Imagine if I paint something right now. What are they gonna say? Damn, bro, that critical race theory motherfucker. Name on it. Because I painted a painting of a Black person, bro. It made somebody else uncomfortable because I painted.
That's true though.
If I paint a white canvas black, I get in trouble.
Yes,
I bet.
Right.
Very much so.
So
yes.
it's just, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I'm an artist. It's just like,
it's whatever.
And I could pull that middle finger out of my pocket at any moment. Anyways, I got sidetracked. But yeah, to answer your question, that's it.
Okay. We gotta finish, but we don't have to finish.
You don't have to, bro. It's a really good one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let's ask you one more thing I wanted to
do a part two.
Ask. We can.
Please.
I got time. I just canceled what I had to do. So y'all good.
Get some questions, bro. What else you got?
Yeah.
Please.
I'm only gonna ask one more question because I actually am still hungry.
Oh, facts. I feel you.
How often do you get discouraged from like either starting something or finishing like a piece?
Very often.
Same.
Especially,
I feel that
more recently, I've gotten in that point more frequently. If I constructed that sentence properly.
Why?
Yeah.
I agree.
Just either things that are going on in my life, right? If I'm feeling down, it's hard for me to take that energy and just redirect it to create. And that is where discipline would come in. Just be like, all right, fuck how you're feeling right now. This needs to get done, right? This. But it is, man. I
feel that
voice in your head when you're like, nah, man, you're tired.
Strong.
You pick up.
No, just go to sleep.
Just to sleep real quick.
The other day, I was in the studio. I set up the iPad, right? The iPad, I look at my references. I set up like my phone on a tripod so I could do the time lapse. Paintbrushes are ready. I'm mixing paint. I put them in tubes. They're ready. I look at the canvas. Bro, all I had to do, I kid you not, was just go like this and start. And I looked at it. I was like, Fuck it, I'm going home. And I went home. Like, when I got home,
it be like that.
when I got home, like this is like I know myself, right?
Yeah.
And I've set up everything to help me succeed and to help me fight that. I have a station at my house designed for me to, like, when I'm not in the studio, for me to be able to create at home. Everything I need.
Yeah.
I have oil paints and everything at my house. I have another like tripod and like 2 sets of tripods for the phone, for the iPad, everything. I get home, I see it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Right? But it's just, and like I'm sitting there, I'm looking at everything, but I just can't will myself to
do it. Yeah.
But if I were to start, I know it'd be
go
right.
I'd be on going, and that sometimes that discourages me, because I'll tell you why. Right? For example, if I'm thinking of, I have work tomorrow, right? I have work tomorrow, and I could work on this painting throughout the night and finish it by a certain time, but then I'm gonna be tired at work. And it's just like domino effects. All the no's, this domino effect, right? And it's just, but it takes
the one yes to start, but there's like 30 no's around it. That's why you couldn't, shouldn't, or possibly might not want to. And it's really, you only need the one yes of starting.
They're way heavier.
There's so many no's, bro.
A lot more convincing.
You start getting sleepy for no reason. You hadn't been sleepy all day.
Bro, I will look at the picture and my body's just like, bro, you don't need that.
You don't need to do it.
That's me with a lot of things nowadays. Like I get myself hyped up. I gotta like give myself inspirational talks just to get to do something. And then the second I start doing it, I'm like,
was this worth it? There's so much else.
Let me lay down for a bit, bro.
The moment it's that for me. Right? I'll be like, let me lay down.
Let me lay down.
Or
gone, knocked out.
Game over, bro.
And it's just, when I say I've put parameters in place, guys, I don't get in the studio and not know what I'm going to.
You gotta get yourself.
I've gotten in the studio, and when I'm on it, I will I will do probably like 6 outlines in a night. Big outlines just on canvases. Like, this one I'm painting on Tuesday. This one I'm painting on Saturday. Tuesday comes, I'm like, man, fuck this. So, on my way home, I'm like, yo, just get back in the studio.
Just do it.
Press the gas even. I'm like, I will run this light before I go back in the studio.
Shut up. I got a middle finger for you too, bro.
I'm telling you, right? And it's just, and then like, I get home and walk by the mirror, like, the me in the mirror is just. Like,
Tisk.
Right? And it's just, it's so heartbreaking, because you're the only one standing.
You're the only one
in your way.
There's no other person.
Right? So,
man, but it's so tough, dude.
It is when you turn, especially when you turn it into a business. If you've been painting or like doing podcasts just to do it, and so, you can probably do like X amount in a day and just not even feel it. But once you're like, okay, this has a purpose now.
Jesus Christ, the weight.
Now I have to do it.
It takes the fun out of it.
I can't tell you how many times I have to like write the episode or I have to edit. I'm like, I want to play FIFA. And I'm like, I'll play 20 minutes.
I gave away my game system because of that.
3 hours later.
I gotta edit.
Or I end up playing Siege.
Play Siege with the boys.
Play Siege with Victor.
Let's go.
And I'm like, fuck, I gotta write the episode this week.
Man.
I gotta edit the YouTube. Bro, I'll be up till here's the thing. I'll have to edit the YouTube. It goes out on Saturday, right? Or Saturday, sometimes Sunday. I started Sunday, but I could do Saturday now. So I'm like, it's going out Saturday. And then I'm like, I haven't seen my niggas in a minute. Let me go. Let me go chill with Ash for a little bit. 11 p.m. Like, I should probably get home.
Made an error.
I should probably get home and edit till 3 a.m. Thank God it's gonna be like Saturday the next day, so I could afford to do that. But I wake up at like 7 a.m. on Saturdays just naturally. So I'm losing sleep. And it's not even done because I gotta edit, and now I have to export, which is like 2 hours to 3 hours. So it's not even gonna come out at the right time that I want it to come out on Saturday, because then I gotta upload, and then it has to YouTube has to bring it up to HD, up to 4K. So that's another day, maybe 2. So it's all about timing. If I don't sit down and do it, it's not getting done.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about writing. Like I'll have something in my head, and then I'll start writing. If I do not finish it, or even get to like some semblance of an end, because I'll change it. It's never going to be how I wrote it initially. Mm-hmm. If I don't get to some semblance of an end, that poem will never see the light of day.
Yeah. Yep.
Ever. It won't be finished. It'll be half a poem for the rest of its existence, or I'm just going to delete it, toss it out. It might have been something great. I don't know.
Oof.
Let me say something that might help, right? For instance, just like I said, I put parameters in place. For me, I've noticed a few different things. Like if I'm good with the planner. No, I'm not good with planner. Scratch that. I'm good with the list.
Okay.
Right? I'm good with the list. I became addicted to crossing things off a list. Right? And the only way I could cross it off is if I do it.
Yeah.
I can't cross it off if I don't do it. So I became addicted to doing that. And I have also like dedicated certain things that like if I get sidetracked, I make sure those things will contribute to the content creation process, creating the content. For example, right? Was it last week? Like I always go up to Forest Hill. Mm-hmm. I have a friend that lives there, and like, me and him always have like discussions. Right? We're always talking about like life, just like everybody progressing forward, business, everything like that. Right? And I remember I had to be in the studio, and he called me early. He's like, "Hey man, what are you doing today?" I was like, I got to go to the studio at this time, blah, blah. But I had the day had started with me already contemplating going to the studio, right? I'm not going to lie to you.
It is what it started with.
It started with me saying, do you really want to be in that studio?
Right? For every excuse.
Every little excuse. But I told him, I'm like, I got to be in the studio.
Yeah.
However, I know what I get out of those conversations. Sometimes I'm in a creative space that's like, you know what I mean? That's beyond what I would have gotten in the studio.
Right.
So I always give myself one of those days, right? Like, okay, if I speak with him and we have like a really good conversation, it'll translate onto canvas.
It'll be worth it. Yeah.
It's worth it, right? So I still categorize that as me creating.
I see.
And also when I am creating as well, like, and so like while having the conversation, my mind is going. I'm thinking about whatever we're talking about. I'm trying to apply it onto some composition on some through some medium on like with an artwork, right? So another thing is the reason I can't do planners is because of the lines.
Yeah,
like it's because of the lines. No, like honestly,
I relate.
For example, Chris, when you write, right?
Yeah.
So when you're writing and you see lines like say set the barriers, you're like, okay, now I got to stay within the lines. If you do it on a blank sheet of paper, you can write the most creative thing. It's just it takes those boundaries and limitations out for me, right?
If I still had,
I take notes in sketchbooks all the time, dude.
I think my old poem books are somewhere in my old house, tattered probably. If you look at them, there's writing on like the sides,
everywhere,
all the lines, in between all the lines. It might be full, but I'm like in that little space. I'm writing something else because that's where it belongs.
Yes,
you feel me? So there's writing everywhere in that page that doesn't belong, that doesn't have a space.
Yes.
So I had to create the space on that page for it. So now I don't write anymore. I write ideas down with pencil, but I type.
There you go.
I type
and
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that helps.
Yeah.
Man.
I take sketchbooks with me everywhere, and I straight up use them as note taking, dude. I've definitely found even when I was working at Arts Garage, several times I was in meetings, I brought my sketchbook with me. And it wasn't to draw, it is just called a sketchbook, but I was taking notes in it, because like there are countless times when I'm in meetings, I want to take notes here, but I want to create a box here that has its own notes. I want to do a little diagram down here that better explains what this point was for, why it connected to here, and when there's lines in the journal, it breaks up my thoughts and stops the connections that could be made.
Because you feel like now you can't pass this line.
And like that little stop will like stunts my writing, shrink it a little,
it messes up the flow.
The writing.
Fuck around and crumple up the whole piece of paper.
The
whole piece of paper, for no reason.
I've gotten mad at paper before, bro.
So it's just
all facts.
I've developed ideas in my head when it comes to like creating content.
And
it's not until I keep molding it and shaping it in my head. It's not until that process is complete that I put it down on paper.
Yeah.
I think.
Right. Yeah. So it's just, man.
Yeah, I have to put everything down writing now. I'm in the mindset and age where if I want to remember something's important, I have to write it down.
There's so much information. There's so much information.
To write it down.
Yeah.
Like, even if I know I'll remember it, I'm still going to write it down.
That's the only way you remember is writing it down. You remember you wrote it.
Dude, I'm so addicted. Even right now, like, if you guys saw my desk at work, you'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Notes everywhere, bro. Like,
Post-it notes. Literally everywhere. No, my desk is literally cut. My desk, my cabinet next to my desk, my monitors, my fucking cork board above my desk, literally covered in Post-it notes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
There's so many little things to try and remember.
It's just I got really addicted to just writing on Post-it notes and putting them everywhere.
Yeah.
Some of these notes have like the dumbest shit that makes sense to no one, not even me. And I'm like,
What I wrote that down?
Neat. I'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But like my receptionist gets mad at me a lot because I go through these stacks of Post-its. I go through like 3 or 4 a week, and it's like, what are you doing?
We don't have the budget for the supplies.
Everything, bro. Whole supply budget on this man's Post-it notes. Like,
But yeah, no, it's really weird.
Yeah.
No, it's not weird. It's just, I guess it's just how we were raised. I'm just one of those people that like to write things down now.
I get
I'm
that.
I'm the forgetful type. I
I know I have to, bro.
I mean,
I've been learning
I have
to
a
also
good
post a
memory.
note.
But even in
Not
like
me.
the age of like phones, computers, and whatnot, I still prefer writing it.
I use the note thing on my phone, but still I'll write a lot down, dude.
I have to write it down.
Yeah.
Like we have, I'm in front of monitors looking at spreadsheets
all day.
all day.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of the young women I work with, I'm doing math on a piece of paper, right? And she goes and puts a formula in the damn thing and it goes, and she's like, Dre, look. I'm not looking at shit.
I want to do it. I can't make
Right?
me.
I'm like,
Leave me
I
and my
like
boomer
to
math
see it.
alone,
And then
right?
then I put it into the system. She's like, you could have just done it on there. And then
No, fuck
like,
you.
no.
Leave me and my boomer math alone.
That's how I remember
Bro.
things.
Going through the steps of doing it really helps me. Just the imagery behind it and the connections and the neurons and whatever.
It's just the
Helps you
practice
remember
of it. Like for example, I play cards a lot, like Magic. It's a card game I used to play semi-professionally, but can't anymore because COVID.
in life and things.
In life.
All events, all money-making events are gone.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like deck building in the game, and you have to write out like your deck lists and whatnot. There's so many tools to make that process
Way
so much easier
Yeah.
and like automatic online.
Right.
But anytime I want to make up a deck or write up a deck list, I grab a notepad and a pencil.
Yep.
Write it
It's
down.
like that, Warhammer 40K tabletop game I play. There are thousands of points and characters and units and whatnot. I don't know why. I still do it by pen and paper. Like I'll just write down, this is what I own. A little section here. What armies do I want?
That
Just
composite journal of army.
Composition notebooks, bro.
Here's
for me.
here's my composite journal of army lists.
Yes, dude. I don't know. The tactile sensation of doing something by hand is, I don't know. It simply connects to my brain.
No, I get it.
You know, doing things to the digital world is weird. I will say sometimes. I will say.
Yes, I have to type though, because if I write stuff down, it's not gonna work out for me anymore. So I have to type, and then I like things that I want to change. I put in red. So I put it in red, and I put like a slash through it, and I'll be like, maybe I'll put like the word that I want to change, that I maybe want to change it to, in like parentheses, like maybe this, and then I'll just keep going. And so when I read it back, I'll see which one fits better.
Yeah, man.
Then I'll just kind of swap the two. You feel me? Instead of just going between the line and writing in the little crevice. You know what I'm saying? So, we gotta get out of here. It's been like an hour and a half. It's been a while since we did like a long pod.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, because people have short attention spans, so we realize that.
Yeah.
You gotta give them like the short stuff.
What?
You feel me? Very short attention. Most of this probably won't even get to like the end of this. So they'll probably even
you're
watch
right.
just the clips I put out. So
It'd be like that,
That
bro.
is.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, we appreciate y'all listening anyway. Probably listening. They might get to the end listening though. Listening might be like
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people that just turn on podcasts.
and like do whatever.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. You can turn on a podcast and clean the house. I'm with
I
it.
mean, they'll still listen.
Yeah.
But
Long road
Just
trips. that's
multitasking.
why-
Long road trips. That's what I use them for.
that's my commute to work.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
So thanks so much for listening, guys. Please subscribe to our YouTube, Alive by Nothing Podcast. Follow Andre the Artist at Andre the Artist on Instagram. Follow us at A Lot About Pod on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And you'll hear this Saturday. Thanks, Andre, for coming, bro. Thanks for filming short notice, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
no
appreciate
problem.
you, man.
Anytime. Yes, sir.
I knew it'd be crazy talking to you.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah.
that.
We got to get you back another time.
All right.
For sure. It's been Live on Nothing. Thank you for listening. Peace.
Johnny.
Johnny.